process? What's opened up for you? Anything? What was it like? Two people. Well, what was it like having someone see into your world about what leadership seems like to you? What was that like?
I have to say about Liliana, about my experience about Liliana and collages.
That'll work.
Okay. Liliana and collage,
No, what was it like for you?
for me,
In the process, yes. So what was it like for you to have gone through the,
Impressions.
Impressions. I don't want you to tell me about what's in this. I want you to tell me about what it was like for having gone through it. Yes.
Okay, it was interesting, especially it was interesting to understand the person step by step. Because
Say that a little louder.
it's interesting to understand the person step by step.
It's interesting to understand a person step by step.
Yes, at first when I saw this collage, I didn't understand at all what it would mean.
Yes.
And when Valeria spoke with me, every picture has a sense, and step by step I understood what Valeria's thoughts about leadership, and
Yeah. And what was that like for you to be understood that way?
It was actually a good feeling.
It was.
Yeah, that someone is interested in something I did. So that I spent much time to do this, and someone really appreciated this and asking me about this. So
Yes.
it was a real pleasure to explain all the things. And
Yes.
it was funny when we were talking about Batman, and it opens up that Annika didn't see this movie, so I explained who it is.
it was also really interesting for me.
Huh?
It was interesting, yes, I really didn't see Batman's movies,
Okay.
so
All
maybe
right.
it's-
So things kind of open up from doing this process, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes? You're getting a little lighter, the smiles are growing a little bigger. All right. Okay, so here's the next part. Everybody does a collage. Everybody gets understood like this, like we did, right? That's the goal. Now, then what I want you to do is see if you can find any cliches or stereotypes in your collage. Do you know what a cliche or
No.
stereotype is?
Stereotype, yes, but cliches.
Okay, hold on. It's going to
Something
come up
that
here.
used very often.
Cliche, all right? A trite phrase or expression. Also, the idea expressed by a hackneyed theme, or some people say hackneyed, characterization or situation. Something is a menu item that has become overly familiar and commonplace. Down here, French, literally printer's stereotype, from the past participle cliché to stereotype of imitative origin. Got that?
Yes.
Imitative origin, a cliché. Do you get this word, cliché?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is there any similar word in Russian or Ukrainian?
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
the
called
same.
cliché.
All right,
Yes,
All right. Or, where's my, okay. Cliche, stereotype. You know what stereotype is?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure, for real. Stereotypical. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's review it. To make a stereotype, to repeat without variation. There's that word, hackneyed again. To develop a mental stereotype about, right, some overused, vulgarized, right? You get the idea here, right? All right. So, an example of a stereotype. Remember on the first class or so, you said, "Are we really going to be videoed?" Oh my God, right? and I turned to you and I said something like, well, if you're gonna be a leader, you need to, right, get used to the paparazzi effect or whatever, right? That is a stereotype. Stereotype are a cliche in the sense that you can't lead unless you're standing in front of a bunch of people. But it's not the truth. You can lead from anywhere, really, can't you? So that was a stereotype, stereotypical, a cliche that came out of my mouth. It's just so automatically there for me in my world. So, you know, you would see somebody in my collage, somebody standing up there, you know, in front of a bunch of people. That would be a cliche to say that you can only lead by doing this, right? You caught me in my own cliche. Okay? So you'll want to see if there's cliches in your collage. Like there's only women or only men, or, you know, or children can't lead, or, you know, just look for cliches, okay? And make a list of them, and when you find them, and then we'll talk about them. Yes?
No?
No, not now. No. I want to take some workload and take it out of the classroom so we don't just keep going over and over, right? We're about 6 hours into this course, and we have about 44 hours of coursework, and we haven't quite started the slide deck, although the work we've done has been pretty amazing. The work you've done has been amazing. Okay, so cliches of leadership in the collages, all the collages done. Course experience, how much time do we have for?
1 minute.
Huh?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, in 3 minutes. So what else has opened up for you about this judging and evaluating and set it aside? Has anybody seen anything else? There was just 2 people did it, now a whole bunch more has done it. What's opened up for you in that experiment?
Actually, it was a little bit hard for me to see people without my judgments
Yeah.
and stereotypes. But when I started to really do it, one of the things that opened up for me, I start thinking if so I see some person and I think what kind of dream can he or she have and what he or she can do for it or something like this. So
Yes.
I saw this man. He was like smells funny. He was not
Smell
really.
funny?
Yeah. He was not really this type of people we have around us with pleasure. I think.
Yes, right.
But I start. So usually you think, oh, what are you doing here around me or something like this?
Right.
But I just try to take it aside, these things, and start saying what kind of dream can he have, and Okay, I get in mind this movie that called Into the Wild, when a guy wants to live in Sibir because he read this book of Lev Tolstoy, and he was in a good family, but he just keep it. She left it, and in this way he made for his dream. He was in very bad situation, just like this man I saw. So I think maybe it's just similar history.
Yeah.
to this.
Very good. Well done. So we're out of time. Keep running that experiment. Okay? Keep setting that aside and seeing what's out there, who they are as a contribution, what dreams they may have. Okay? Do your collages and then share the collages with people and see what stereotypes and cliches are in your collage. Okay? See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Good
Thank you.
work.